How's it going, everyone? This is Robert, and I'm going to be doing some legato lessons in different scales and modes and everything because I got asked to do one. And I figured before I just go and show you, here's a D mixolydian legato run, I want to show you, why it is D mixolydian, because if you look at a lot of scales, they overlap. So if you learn, headband out of the way, the G major scale, you've also just learned E natural minor and D mixolydian. So in this lesson I want to tell you, how do you transition from these modes, scales, and it's all about the chords that they're behind. A lot of it's the feel that you put in it. Like, you play differently in a minor song, like more aggressive, and then in a major song, you have more of a kind of just like a notier kind of feel. Notier, just made that word up. But yeah, I want to go through this stuff real quick before I dive in and start throwing all these different modes at you and everything. So, hopefully this is gonna turn some people on to learning scales and everything. And one thing that helped me a lot is I got this book. Real cool book. It gives you the whole scale and 3-note per string patterns, which is the way I love to learn scales. And, after you learn it and everything, they give you licks, like in the style of somebody. And, like this one is the mixolydian scale. They're all in E in the book. And it gives you Stevie Ray Vaughan, Billy Gibbons. I know Lydian gives you Joe Satriani. The diminished, I think, gives you George Lynch, maybe? George Lynch and Yngwie. I'm not real sure, but, it's definitely a book that if you're wanting to get more into scales and modes, definitely recommend it. It's got all your basic scales in it and everything, pretty much all you need to know to get started in it. It says it's got 14 scales, so, it's quite a bit to learn. So, anyways, here's the video, and I hope you guys will come back and watch my legato lessons and everything. So, here's the video, guys! Woo! Okay, what I've done is I just recorded a single note on my amp, just kind of on there, and I'm going to play the note and I'm going to play the scale. So what we're going to be using this whole time is, to start off, it's the G major scale. So you're going to start on the 3rd fret, which is your G, and you're going to play this pattern, and I'll put the tabs on there so you guys can know exactly what frets I'm on. And all it is, you got your G, your A, your B, and then C, D, E. Then you hit that F sharp, and right back where you started, on the G. Okay? So you can take this scale and play all those same notes, and depending on what you're playing it over, it changes the whole feel of it. So if I play these notes over a D, all the G major scale, it becomes D mixolydian. Okay, and that probably sounds confusing, and it's odd how it works, but what the mixolydian scale is, in D anyways, is it's the 7th note of the scale lowered 1/2 step. So that means you take that, in the D major scale you have a C sharp, if I find it. Okay, and you lower it 1/2 step to that C note. Okay, so then you can play the G major scale over a D, and it's mixolydian. Okay, and I'll play the thing here in a minute and just kind of freestyle around so you can see that you can play a G major scale over a D and it becomes mixolydian. And to learn this stuff, I would just buy a book, basically, or have a guitar teacher like really sit down and explain it to you. But I'm just gonna try to do my best to show you how I can play all the same notes and get these different sounds out of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit play on my amp and play the D, and I'll just kind of mess around and freestyle over it so you can hear that it sounds different than the G major scale. So this first one is D mixolydian. Okay, the next one, it's pretty obvious that if you play the G major scale over a G, you're going to have the G major. So I'm going to play all the same notes that I just played it when I was doing D mixolydian, but it's going to be over a G note, so now it's G major. Okay, the final thing that I'm going to show you guys is you can play every guitar scale has a natural minor. Okay, and G's natural minor is G major's natural minor is E. So that means that when you're playing, if you're playing like an E minor riff kind of, you can play the G major scale over that E riff and you have the E natural minor scale. So basically, if you can learn the G major scale, you've just learned 3 scales. Okay, so you can have the real happy major sound if you're playing over a G chord. You can have the real spacey and airy mixolydian over a D. Or if you want that darker minor sound, you can play all the same notes and all the same scale basically over an E note, and suddenly it's minor. So it's really encouraging that when you learn one scale, for what I'm showing you anyways, you just learn 3. Okay, it's just all a matter about applying it and like learning how to just phrase things to make it fit the music. And a lot of it's just ear. You know, you just have to hear what you want to, what you want your fingers to play pretty much, because the notes are all there and it's just waiting on you to play them. So this last one is going to be me playing the G major, the G major scale over an E note, which makes it E natural minor. Alrighty everyone, that's just kind of the way that I've looked at the scales. There's probably 1,000 people saying how stupid I am for the way I look at them. But just the best way to learn a scale is to not listen to me, to not listen to anybody. Is just learn the scales the way that works best for you. I mean, have someone explain them to you to get you started. But, I just had someone get me started on scales, and I just kind of went my own way and figured them out the way that I wanted to learn them. So, I hope that this video helps you guys. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of legato ones coming, probably next week or sometime this week and everything. So I just wanted to get a better understanding. Like, if you're not familiar with scales, I strongly recommend learning your scales, because it's really nice feeling comfortable whenever you're jamming with anybody and you've just got all these different scales you can pick from. And and some of them will sound good and some of them will sound horrible, and it's just all a matter of what your ear is telling you to play and what you want to hear. So, I hope you guys will come back and check out all my other video lessons and stuff, and subscribe to my channel. And if you just leave me a comment or something, I'm always more than happy to subscribe back to you. And especially all you guys who've been subscribing here lately and all the views and everything, you guys rock! And, I'm always more than happy to sub back and everything. And make sure you check out Fret Fricka 12 here. Wah! Cool stuff going on there. I'm on there a lot on the forum. Add them on Facebook. They do tons and tons of contests where they just give stuff away. And, you know, like, I would recommend adding them. It's a good guitar community. And last, if I have a like page now and everything, so if you're a Facebook kind of person, like me on Facebook, which you can go here. Whoa. So yeah, you know, I hope you guys come back and everything, and I hope that this video helps some people understand some stuff a little bit better about guitar scales and the wacko way that I look at them and everything. So peace out, guys, and see ya some other time with some other videos.